students, I'm back with another video. In my previous video I had asked you this question, so I'm here to solve this question. So here in this question it is given that it is said that a polythene piece is rubbed with a wool. Right now earlier both were uncharged. Now what happens as soon as a polythene piece is rubbed with a wool, polythene piece will get charged. Even the wool will get charged. Now what happens from wool negative charges are being transferred to polythene. So polythene is consuming and gaining negative charges, hence polythene piece has become negative charge whereas wool has become positive charge. Okay, so now we have to estimate, you have to find the number of electrons which are transferring from wool to polythene. So this is the concept of this question. So assume this is a polythene piece and this is the wool. Right now both are uncharged, so by rubbing we can charge the bodies. So this is one of the method of charging a body. So wool and polythene both are rubbed with each other. So as soon as they are rubbed, what happens, the negative charges of this wool are being transferred to polythene. Okay, so now polythene is gaining this negative charge, right? So how many negative charges are present here? In the question they have given 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. Now since wool is transferring the negative charges to polythene piece, so now wool is becoming rich in positive charge because as it is losing the electron, so it is becoming rich in protons and positive charges, hence wool has become here positively charged and polythene piece has become negatively charged. So the total charge transferred from wool to polythene piece is, let us take it as Q, small q. So it is 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. Which type of charges? They are negative charges. So these are the total charges transferred from wool to polythene piece. Okay, so now what we have to estimate, what we have to calculate here, the number of charges transferring from wool to polythene piece. So for this problem solution, we have a solution, that quantization of charges. So here comes an equation, Q equals 2 plus or minus NE, right? So this capital Q I have taken here small q, so I can replace it by small q, right? So the equation becomes Q is equals to plus or minus NE. And what is E here? It is a basic charge, okay, value of charge. So what is the value of charge here? It is E equals to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Since it is a negative charge, so here E must be taken as minus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So now are we able to substitute in this and can we find N? Yes, definitely. So this side I am going to solve. So therefore N equals to Q by E. So both are negative charges, so minus minus get cancels. So even though I am substituting now, let us substitute. See, always the solutions should not be given directly. So in the examination, the steps, for these steps there will be a marks. So do not write the steps directly, answer directly. So a coulomb gets cancelled, negative sign get cancels, and we can divide it. So the final answer directly I am writing here, it comes to be 1.875. So this 19 goes up, plus 19 into 10 raised to plus 19 minus 7 gives out to be 12. So no unit. So these are the number of charges which are being transferred from wool to polythene piece. I hope you understood this solution. So now I'll see next topic. Very small topic, but we should know this very well. So understand the further topics. So charging. So what do we mean by charging? Charging is nothing but transferring of charges. Here electrons are only transferred, protons are not being transferred. So I have told you in the first video itself that electrons are lighter than protons, they are less heavier than protons, hence electrons are always being ejected, or we can say they are being transferred. So when electrons are transferred, definitely a negligible mass is also transferred, because electrons have their own mass. And how we are measuring the mass of these electrons or protons? So there is a device or instrument which we call it as mass spectrometer. So mass spectrometer is a device which is used to measure the mass of elementary particles, and even we can detect the presence of charges. So how we are detecting the presence of charges? So even there we have one of the instrument or device which we call it as gold leaf electroscope. So you may get 1 marks questions on this, so I'm just explaining you out. So whatever I wanted to explain, I have just written here so that you can write it as a notes itself. Okay, so I said you mass spectrometer is a device we are going to use it to measure the mass of these particles, and to detect the presence of charges we have another device called as gold leaf electroscope. And we know that electric charge is a scalar quantity. Now this charging of uncharged body can be done in many ways, many methods we have. So here we have taking only 3 such methods, but for your syllabus we have only charging by induction method. So now we'll see methods of charging an uncharged body, or we can say neutral body. I said you, I'm just repeating it. Neutral body means there will be equal number of protons and electrons. Positive charge number and negative charge numbers are equal in such bodies. So such bodies are called as neutral body or uncharged body. So the methods are, one is charging by conduction and another is charging by rubbing, or we can say friction, charging by induction. So charging by conduction is two bodies are brought together, but they are being brought in contact with each other. Means one will be charged body and other will be uncharged body. So uncharged body is brought in contact with the charged body. So here same kind of charge is acquired by the uncharged body. So this is called as charging by conduction. So what is charging by conduction? It is the process of charging a body, uncharged body, okay, by bringing a charged body in physical contact with the charged body. Okay, so that is called as charging by conduction. Whereas charging by rubbing means two bodies are rubbed together and there generates a friction. Due to friction, heat generates. So due to that heat, the charges get transferred. So negative charges are going to transfer and the one body becomes positively charged and the other becomes negatively charged. The one who is losing the electron becomes positively charged and the one who is gaining the negatively charged, they will become negative charges. So your